Oh my, I can't believe this is next. Fuck me. Wow. Why didn't you start?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were gonna do something.
I'm just hyperventilating. I'm just ready. This is my boy, yo.
Oh, okay.
This is my fucking goat, yo. This is my goat, dog. This is my fucking goat. I'm just hyperventilating. Like,
And what a fight we have here, kicking off the main card. I don't even want to guess your excited level on this one, but I know he's your boy in Junior Dos Santos, coming in at a nice heavyweight bout. I'm really excited for this card, and I can't believe this is the fight that we get to kick off the main card. So, we all know who JDS is. He's been around for some time. He is on a 3-fight losing streak. If you dive a little into those losses, they're against Francis Ngannou, Curtis Blades. A lot of credible fights there. And that's the definition of Junior Dos Santos' career, right? It's all credibility. He has a couple losses to Cain Velasquez, Overeem. He went 1-1 against Miocic, which is obviously, something to say there. He did beat our boy Derek Lewis. So, JDS has credibility written all over his face. On the flip side, we have Ciryl Gane, who is a beast, an absolute beast. He rocks that 8-0 record. He's 3-0 in the UFC. He did beat our boy here, Tanner Boser, which we saw recently. And honestly, man, this guy's just been licking his chops. He's had 4 canceled fights this year. He's been training the whole time throughout, just waiting for his opportunity. And now he gets a Junior Dos Santos. So, this is going to be a great one. I'm so hyped for this one.
yeah. So I mean, it's crazy. Like I was trying so hard to just like breathe through like the heartbeats and like try my best to like not just start sweating or like. I've never fainted before in my life, but I could definitely faint for this one. And it's for 2 reasons. Because one, if I had to pick a personal GOAT of all time, it's definitely JDS. And you actually touched on my current personal GOAT, Derek Lewis, and they did fight each other. And my world exploded, and I loved every second of it, and it was beautiful. But, the one thing that I really just... my heart goes out to JDS, right? Like, I saw you do your absolute worst, coming out to Rocky, getting me pumped up. I was there. I loved every second of it. The Cain Velasquez, JDS, those were my 2 favorite boys. Just I was waiting for the moment where I would cry in front of the screen to watch them kind of go at each other whenever that time came, and it ended up being one of the most heartbreaking trilogies I've ever witnessed. It was crazy, but as when I really started getting obsessed with the sport, those were my 2 favorite guys, and I owe it to them. I owe everything that I feel about this sport to those 2 guys, and so That's why I talk about them the way I do. It's the same thing could be said for Derek Lewis. The character is there, the heart is there, and it's just like the guys that really kind of stick with me. And so, yeah, am I fucking sad that he's probably going to get his ass absolutely pounded in this? Yeah, for sure, bro. Am I worried that Dana White is trying to cut fighters like absolute crazy and this guy's going to lose 4 fights in a row potentially and maybe get cut? Yeah, bro. I'm fucking pressed about it. And so let's kind of dive into it. We got Francis Ngannou, Curtis Blades, and, Rosen, I'm going to try to do this in one go. But Rosenstruck is, one of the best up-and-coming strikers we've seen. And I think Francis Ngannou wants a title shot. Stipe Miocic, he said, this guy's gone 1-1. Ciryl Gane is the next guy in line with all of these boys trying to split up their time, okay? Like, that's the guy who's on the outside waiting for a bunch of these dudes to kind of, let them figure their shit out before I kind of hop right in there. So you did touch on the Tanner Boser fight. I will mention, that was December of 2019. Ciryl Gane was actually supposed to fight early this year, early during the pandemic, and we were disappointed. Remember, I was telling you, like, this is a guy that I can't wait for you to see. He's probably the next big thing to come into the heavyweight division. 100% if he sees the main card again, especially during the pandemic, he's going to become the next big thing in the heavyweight division. And so, now he gets to see a main card, and well, he gets to see a main card against JDS. So JDS has those power shots, right? I hate to call him one-dimensional, but he's been picked apart now. He's been figured out in some ways. The Alistair Overeem fight against JDS is what really kind of saddened me the most because it looked too easy. Overeem was able to use footwork to completely diminish any offensive game that JDS had on the feet. And it just made JDS look like a completely different fighter. And those are the things that scare me about the, over the hill JDS that's still kind of fighting the UFC. Do I have, a piece of my heart thinking that he'll be one of those guys that never get cut, especially because he's a heavyweight and they kind of need those names in the division. I do believe that. But 4 losses in a row. We just saw your girl, Rachel Ostovich, get cut for the same reason. So, that seems to be a running rule. And that's the thing that kind of, really frightens me about it.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's not the last we've seen of JDS this weekend, but diving into those odds, where do you see this one landing?
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? We just talked about kind of JDS's technical. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but Ciryl Gane is bringing very, very elite level kickboxing to the heavyweight division. The thing is, he's got the size, he's got the power. That's the part that should make everybody scared. He's not just coming with the punches. Guys like Francis Ngannou, be careful. This guy's got the kicks to go with the punches. So you really incorporate that into your game to that level. Like, this is a French, glory kickboxer. Like, this is a guy who can strike with the best in the world. And I fear for everybody who does have to meet this guy in the octagon as he gets better. So with that said, I mean...
Yeah, and sorry, just to touch on that a little bit, in terms of the tape I've seen, it seems like Ciryl really picks and chooses his spots, you know what I mean? He doesn't try and get too vulnerable. He's not in a rush to knock you out by any means, but he does have that power to do so. He kind of just picks and chooses his spots. And
you nailed something very, very, clean. This is what I would kind of separate you. As you get into the lower weight classes, I mean, obviously now we're seeing such a huge growth in the power factor, but this was the tail of the tape before, right? More combos, more punches, more counters, more movement as you get into the lower weight classes. But we're almost seeing a bit of a shift in that sense as you move down, but you just nailed it, right? As a heavyweight, and you're weighing that much, do you really want to be put together, 4 or 5 punch kick combos in the first and second round to only look like a dead body in the third round? That's where I believe that Ciryl Gane does pick his spots. And the thing about him, Pies, is you said it best. Picking his spots because he knows that when he picks and when he lands, he lands.
Exactly.
That's the difference, right? That's the difference about picking your shots. And so, I hate to say it, but like even today, I was like, maybe today's the day I have to pick a guy that's, over minus 300. I have to pick a guy that does kind of fit the bill. Like, I have to force myself to do it. And funny enough, talk about willpower, Pies. Talk about the strength of 100 men, Pies. I am going to say that Ciryl Gane is a minus 300 favorite on this fight.
Oh, you were close, but he is a minus 400.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one on the card, man.
Which makes minus 300 was my biggest one on the card, so I'm totally cool with that. Shit, this isn't water, guys. This isn't water.
Amazing. So yeah, I mean, your mentality's right there. We'll see if there's any opportunities to take Ciryl maybe in a knockout or in a parlay.
Oh, bro. The under in that fight is the bet. It's going to be minus 1,600. Right? It might be minus 1,600, but we'll see what we can do with it.
Okay. Sounds good. All of our picks are going to be locked in on Instagram, on Twitter. We'll be making sure to post all our plays, including the entire fight night card, all of our picks. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Anything else you want to plug, Siraj?
Yeah, honestly, guys, this is probably gonna be my favorite card in a very, very long time, and so I'm gonna try my absolute best with Paisan to get as much content rolling out as we can for this week. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it, and I'm excited to maybe get together with you, Pies, and watch, because this is gonna be an absolute fire card. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I can't wait either. It was a pleasure, Siraj. Love talking to you, man.
You too, my boy. Maybe I'll be back in my Edward Snowden dungeon soon, but till then, peace out, y'all.
Later.